Good morning, buenos dias, and welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of San Antonio. Our weekly worship is where we connect to share information and inspiration. My name is Callie Biemer, former and future member here. In the interim, I was a member of the Kerrville UU Church of the Hill Country and served as their technology guru through the COVID pandemic. I'm an IT consultant, and I'm passionate about the environment and LGBTQ+ rights and inclusion, and I try to stay involved wherever I can. Our faith is all-inclusive, and all means all. We strive to enact a universal love that binds us in mutual care and affection, especially in our work for justice for our planet and all its people. Let us bring to mind the many different homelands of our ancestors and be grateful that we can join here in beloved community, owing in part to their journeys. Let us recognize that San Antonio, also called Yanaguana, is the homeland of the Coyotecan, whose people have lived here for over 8,000 years. Their descendants, knowledge keepers of this area, still struggle for the right to participate in decisions that affect their people, property, and sacred heritage sites. If you're new to us or visiting for the first time today, we welcome you to fill out a yellow visitor's card. We'd like to get to know you and follow up with you. Wherever you are on your life's journey, we hope you will find your place with us. At this time, please reach out and connect to someone sitting near you and say hello.
Hello. I hope everyone will continue these conversations after the service. Our opening words today are by Sean Neil Barron. Your body is welcome here, all of it. Yes, even that part, and that part, and yes, even that part. The parts you love and the parts you don't. For in this place, we come with all that we are, all that we have been, and all that we are going to be. Our bodies are constantly changing. Cells die and cells are reborn. We respond to infections and disease. Sometimes we can divorce them from our bodies, and other times they become permanently part of us. Your body and all that is within it, both wanted and not wanted, has a place here. Our bodies join in a web of co-creation, created and creating, constantly changing us, scarred and tattooed, tense and relaxed, diseased and cured, unfamiliar and intimate. Formed in infinite diversity of creation, your body is welcome here, all of it. So take a moment and welcome it. Take a moment to feel it. Take a moment to be in it. Now, please, I invite you to rise in body or spirit as you are moved to join us for our opening hymn, number 301 in your gray hymnal, Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky.
The flaming chalice unites our members in worship and symbolizes the spirit of our faith. Today, we will light our chalice with these words from Karishma Gottfried. Each of us was created in the image of love. Wherever we come from, wherever we're going, whoever we are, whomever we love, we proclaim with love on our side. Our bodies are sacred, our minds are blessed, our spirits are beloved. May we be open to receive more love, always more love. We are called as Unitarian Universalists to build the beloved community where all are welcome as blessings. Let's recite our covenant that articulates our promises and binds us together. Please read together. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. Su sacramento es la búsqueda de la verdad, y su oración es el servicio. Convivir paz, buscar saber, dar a la humanidad nuestro servicio fraternal para que todas las almas crezcan en armonía con la divinidad. Así pactamos el uno con el otro.
In a few moments, you will be invited to light a candle in honor of something in your life. But first, let's take some time to settle ourselves. I invite you to take a deep breath and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. What is it that's bubbling up to the top of your mind? Is it a worry? Is it anticipation? Is it gratitude? Is it sorrow? Whatever it is welcome here. Because you are welcome here. We come together in beloved community to support one another in times of need and rejoice with one another in times of joy. Keeping this in mind, I invite you to come forward and light a candle in honor of something important to you. Please come down the side aisles and then return up the center aisles as you are able. And for those watching online, I invite you to type your joy or concern into the chat. I'll now read from our book of life, things that people in the congregation have written that they would like us to know about. Someone would like to take a moment of silence for another woman of color killed by the police, Sonia Massey, 36-year-old mother killed on July 6, 2024. Someone else is thankful that my surgery went well and I am recovering smoothly. And thank goodness for grandparents, which I totally agree. For all of our joys, sorrows, and concerns, may we feel empathy and compassion. May the caring of our community offer a space of deep kindness, loving and just action. Amen, and blessed be. Please join me in singing number 1031 in your teal hymnal, May I Be Filled with Loving Kindness. All right, now it is time for our story wisdom. If you would like to come up and look at the book more closely, you can join me up here. Otherwise, the pictures and everything will be on the screen over there. You have that book? Good, I'm glad you love it. I love it too. This book is called Beautifully Me by Nabela Noor, and it was illustrated by Nabi H. Ali.
I can't see that well.
Okay. Well, maybe if you sit on this side.
I want to finish my 3.
Salam. My name is Zubi Chowdhury. Yesterday, I woke up before the sun. I knew it was going to be a special day. It was my first day of school. I put on my blue overalls and pink shirt with the fancy puffy sleeves. Alma had it made just for me in Bangladesh. I twisted my hair into 2 pigtails with my lucky butterfly clips, and I slid on my bangles. Do you know what bangles are?
Socks.
Bracelets.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
My grandma, Wendy, she gave me some.
She gave you some? Awesome. I ran to my parents' room to show them my first day outfit. Baba was helping Amma wrap her yellow sari around her body. She looked so beautiful, like sunshine and mango lassis.
That's sweet.
Oof, Amma said, look at this tummy. I'm getting too big. Why was Amma so sad? Good morning, Daddy Ma. Shubo Shakal Zubi, Daddy Ma corrected. Remember to practice your Bangla. My big sister Naya buzzed into the kitchen like a busy bee. Can I have oatmeal instead, Daddy Ma? Oatmeal? Naya hates oatmeal. Why don't you want the parathas I made for you? Daddy Ma asked. My tummy cheered as I smelled the flaky, buttery bread in front of me. How could she say no to parathas? Naya shrugged. I'm on a diet. I want to lose weight so I can look pretty in time for the school dance. Naya is the most beautiful person I know. She is funny and smart and sweet as ladus. That's my favorite dessert. Why would she say she's not pretty? I want to look good for my first day of school. Should I go on a diet too? Baba popped his head into the kitchen and jingled his keys. Girls, let's get going. Why haven't you worn the shirt I bought you for Eid? Daddy Ma asked Baba. Baba laughed and patted his belly. I put on some pounds, Ma. I'm up to a large now. Not good. Why was large not good? I grabbed my backpack, gave my kitten Kulfi a big kiss, and rushed out the door. My teacher is amazing. We did crafts, we learned new songs, and took a tour of the library, all before lunchtime. I even made a new friend. Her name is Karima. At recess, some kids hop like bunnies, some kids run faster than race cars, some kids climb all the way to the sun. Alex, you look fat in that dress. Alex looks beautiful in their silk dress. It shines like the sun. But Kennedy doesn't sound like she's giving a compliment. Why is looking fat bad? Do I look fat in my overalls? When we got home from school, Amma was waiting for me. How was your first day, Zubi? I thought about what happened during recess. It was fine. Amma spent the rest of the afternoon cooking. Dadima helped by chopping onions and vegetables. The house smelled delicious. When we sat down for dinner, I was so excited to eat the khabar. No rice for me, thanks, Amma, Naya said. No rice? Naya loves rice. Oh yeah, I forgot. Naya was on a diet. I thought about large not being good. I thought about Amma, Naya, and Alex. If they are not beautiful, how could I be? Maybe I need to change too. Zubijan, don't you want any rice and chicken? It's your favorite, Amma said. I'm on a diet. A diet? Amma looked confused. Zubi, you shouldn't be on a diet. Naya said you have to diet to be pretty, I said, and I want to be pretty. Why would you think that, Zubi? You are beautiful. But you told Baba your tummy was too big and you were sad. And Baba said large is not good. And then at recess, Kennedy teased Alex for looking fat in their dress. I don't want kids to make fun of me too. I ran to my room and shut the door. My heart felt like it was crying. Maybe it wasn't a special day like I thought.
It was. It was the first day of school.
It was the first day of school. Zubi Baba said, sometimes when people are feeling sad or hurting inside, they try to make other people feel the same way. That might be why Kennedy was mean to your friend. I had never thought about why someone would be mean before. But sometimes we can be mean to ourselves without even realizing it. And when we hurt ourselves, we hurt the people we love and who love us. That's what we did to you today, and we're sorry. Yes, Amma said, you saw me being unkind to my tummy, but I am grateful for my belly. After all, it helped me carry you and bring you into the world. I'm sorry too, said Naya. It's hard not to compare myself to other people, but I would rather be me, your sister, than anybody else. Do you know why we named you Zubi? Amma asked. I shook my head and sniffled. We named you Zubi because it means loving and understanding. We knew you would make the world more beautiful just by being Zubi. I don't even know what beautiful means anymore, I admitted. You get to define what is beautiful. Whatever your body looks like, beauty is how you make people feel and the kind things you do. A beautiful person is someone who embraces who they are and helps others do the same. There is only one Zubi, and that makes you beautifully you. I can make the world more beautiful? Yes, Zubi John. Then you all are beautiful, I told Amma and Naya and Baba, just the way you are. I gave them a big, big hug. Thank you for reminding us of that, Naya whispered to me. Later, Amma tucked me into bed and kissed me goodnight. Through the window, the moon and the stars smiled down at me. Everything was beautiful. It was a special day after all. My name is Zubi, and that means loving and understanding. I am one of a kind, and that makes me beautifully me. And there is only one of you, and that makes you beautifully you. Today is my second day of school, and I am on a mission to make the world a bit more Zubi. All right, all of you beautiful people, you can either go sit with your parents for the rest of the service, or you can follow Miss Pat outside down to Building 5. I think it's too wet to play outside today, so you'll be playing inside, but you can go play with your friends. Let's sing the children out. We eat the fruit of trees we did not plant and drink water from wells that we did not dig. Being mindful of all of the ways we are interconnected, I invite you to give what you can to support this church so that we may fulfill our mission of love here and in the larger world, now and in the future. For those of you viewing online, we invite you to donate on our website or on the link in the chat stream. If you're in the sanctuary, you can donate in the baskets or scan the QR code on the card in the pews to donate online. Would the ushers please come forward?
Good morning. My name is Rosanna Burden. Singing with me, that's not listed on the, I can't think of the song, is Vanessa Tomlin and Ruth Bahanda Moore. I don't know if you can hear me or if you're even there. I don't know if you would listen to a gypsy's prayer. Yes, I know I'm just an outcast. I shouldn't speak to you. Still I see your face and wonder, were you once an outcast too? God help the outcasts hungry from birth. Show them the mercy they don't find on earth. God help my people, they look to you still. God help the outcasts, or nobody will. I ask for wealth, I ask for fame, I ask for glory to shine on my name. I ask for love I can possess. I ask for God and His angels to bless me. I ask for nothing, I can get by, but I know so many less lucky than I. Please help my people, the poor and downtrodden. I thought we all were the children of God. God help the outcasts, children of God. Children of God.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And I want to thank Jaime Ramirez, who is not listed in the order of service today because I got confused about who was going to be playing piano. But may the fruit of these gifts nurture us and all who come after us. We bless these gifts and we bless the givers. May it be so. Our reading today is When Did Self-Love Become Shameful? By Alicia Marie Foster.
Let me begin with these 3 should-be simple words. I like myself. I like my smile, and I like my eyes, and I like that I don't have a gap between my stretch mark thighs. I like the color of my skin, and the curl of my hair, and the fact that my ears are small and ever so slightly crooked. But what I don't like is that can label me as self-centered. Hear me out. When did we get to the point in society that it's actually considered better to hate your body, your temple, the vessel of your soul, than it is to appreciate it for all its quirks and shapes. When did self-love become shameful? Since when do we celebrate it when pop culture literally tells us that our insecurities are what makes you beautiful? Because words cut deeper than the blades that we press to our skin over Photoshop magazine's covers can ever reach. Put these words are not just being cut into us. They are being drilled. They are being drilled into us from the moment our parents find out, boy or girl. Because from that very moment, everything they know about how a girl or boy should be comes from everything that's been drilled into them. And it's not usually their fault per se, because most of it's on its own, could be, should be, would be harmless. And they can only protect us from what's not for so long. That's why there are 8-year-olds with already broken hearts, wishing upon these long broken stars just to be beautiful. We are guilty of not being enough, guilty until proven innocent. But our innocence was stolen from us long before we could ever even know what it was. So for anyone to say that they like themselves is an act of rebellion. It is a battle cry, simply because it is not a cry for help. I am not the first, and I will not be the last, to stand in front of a mirror and tell myself, I like me. I have worth. Every day until I finally believe it. Because what those people who have called me self-centered don't realize, it is that just because I like myself most of the time does not mean that I do not sometimes drown in self-consciousness. I'm in my second decade and only 5 feet high, and it is something that can make me want to stay inside. Because society tells me that I must be tall to be truly beautiful. But this is my body, my temple, the vessel of my soul. So stop the beauty madness. This is my act of rebellion. This is my battle cry. Because what I am makes me beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Beloveds, today my talk is about the fat liberation movement. It will include talking about beauty, weight, diet, and body size. I will use the word fat a lot. I will be talking about harm experienced by fat people. So if any of this is triggering to you, I ask you to please take care of yourself. If self-care means leaving the sanctuary or turning off the computer and not listening to the sermon today, I totally understand. Just know that you are loved and cherished here, just as you are. As you can plainly see, I am a fat person. It's okay, fat is not a dirty word. I am not being mean to myself or insulting myself. I'm a fat person. I am also a short person and a brunette person, a middle-aged person. Fat is just an adjective. It's not inherently bad or offensive. In fact, I'm much more bothered by the word overweight because that implies that there's a lower weight, which would be better. I am a fat person and I like my body. I am not ashamed of how I look, that my tummy is big, and that most of my body is soft and squishy on the outside. It makes for great hugs. Unfortunately, most of society doesn't see it that way. We have been taught that all fat people have a skinny person inside just waiting to get out. Spoiler alert, not true. We have been taught that it is shameful to love our bodies as they are. We are supposed to work constantly to be more beautiful, and part of that beauty means thinness. But guess what? You don't have to be beautiful as society defines it. You can choose not to prioritize that in your life. As Erin McKean said, you don't owe prettiness to anyone. Not to your boyfriend, spouse, partner, not to your coworkers, especially not to random men on the street. You don't owe it to your mother. You don't owe it to your children. You don't owe it to civilization in general. Prettiness is not a rent you pay for occupying a space marked female. And while that quote is directed at women, it's applicable to all of us. You do not owe a specific physical appearance to anyone. You have the choice to present your body in whatever way you like. Ultimately, we each need to decide for ourselves how we spend our time and our resources while we dwell on this earth. But I would encourage you to think about your values. What things do you believe are important? Where does your physical beauty fall in that list of things that you value? And does the amount of time, money, and energy you spend working on beauty, is that in line with your values? The fear and hatred of being fat in this society is so pervasive, it's like the air we breathe. No one is immune to it. Fat people are just not treated equally in our society. A person who is fat is assumed to be lazy, less intelligent, and less trustworthy than a thin person. They are less likely to be given a job than a thin person, and fat people often get paid less for doing the same work. In addition, the social stigma of being fat often results in depression and social anxiety, and this anxiety starts young. According to the Emily Foundation, 42% of first to third graders want to be thinner. 81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. 30 million Americans have eating disorders. Bullying about body size and appearance is the most common form of bullying in schools, and it continues through adulthood. It's one of the few forms of hate speech that's still acceptable in our culture. So all of this results in fat people being marginalized. We are less likely to engage in physical activity outside of our homes because we are made to feel that we should be embarrassed by our appearance and are afraid of being made fun of or bullied. We are told that people are disgusted by our appearance. Gyms and pools and places where people exercise in public are particularly difficult because of the hate-filled comments people make and the dirty looks we must endure. And beyond the social discomfort of being a potential target for bullying every time we leave the house, it is often physically uncomfortable to be in public because public spaces often do not accommodate our bodies. Seats on airlines, in restaurants, auditoriums, theaters, amusement parks, and even churches can be physically painful because they were not designed to fit fat bodies. So self-care is therefore much more difficult, and many fat people just end up feeling alone and isolated. Fat people are also less likely to go to the doctor because we have been taught to feel shame about our bodies and feel guilty that we are not thin. We feel unworthy of medical treatment because weight and health have been so conflated that we suspect any illness we have is our fault because we're fat. And doctors, I know there's some of you out there today, unfortunately, many doctors reinforce that thinking. No matter the complaint we have when we go to see a doctor, we are almost always lectured about obesity and the need to lose weight. Because doctors are not immune to the bias against fat bodies. A study of primary care physicians found that more than half viewed fat patients as awkward, unattractive, and non-compliant. More than 1/3 of these physicians characterized fat patients as weak-willed, sloppy, and lazy. In another study, 45% of a sample of physicians agreed that they have a negative reaction to obese individuals. And so it's no surprise that when we fat people do go to the doctor, physicians are much likely to accurately diagnose and treat problems for us. This anti-fat bias leads to a tendency to blame any medical condition on the weight of the patient, and doctors are less likely to explore other causes. I cannot tell you how many times I have been at the doctor's and have had to ask, so if I were a thin person, what would the next step be? Yeah, let's do that. The truth is, being fat is not necessarily unhealthy. Hating ourselves is unhealthy. Not believing that we deserve good things is unhealthy. Being scared to go out in public is unhealthy. And the things we do to our bodies to try to lose weight are unhealthy. Weight cycling, the process of losing weight and then gaining it back and then losing it again and gaining it back, is unhealthy. Several studies have shown that weight cycling causes an increased risk of cardiovascular disease and higher increased risk of heart attacks. Losing weight and gaining it back again also messes with your metabolism, and people tend to gain back more weight than they lost in the first place. And dieting tends to make a person immune to understanding their body's signals for hunger, so it makes it more difficult to care for ourselves. Statistics vary depending on which study you look at, but somewhere around 85% of people who lose weight by diet, exercise, or medication gain all of it back and end up weighing more than when they started. If a medication had a failure rate of 85% and had side effects that damaged your heart and worsened the condition it was supposed to be treating, would you take that medication? Would it be legal? So why? Why do we try to continue to lose weight? In the film, Your Fat Friend, activist Aubrey Gordon explores the effects of weight cycling and the usual eventual weight gain that accompanies it. She explained that when you see a very fat person, rather than think that they just don't care, that they haven't tried, remember, it is more likely that they have tried many, many things, and this is the result. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe in equity and justice grounded in love. We vow to uplift the marginalized voices in our society. We work to make our churches welcoming to all people. We understand that our search for truth and meaning requires us to learn new things and interrogate ourselves to discover the ideas within us that are unjust or uncaring. One would think that a UU church would be a safe place, but it isn't necessarily. I have experienced many subtle acts of exclusion and many not so subtle acts of exclusion. In UU settings, I have been in situations where the chairs were too narrow or flimsy to be comfortable for me. People have commented, "Oh, you've lost weight, you look so great," after I had an illness that was devastating to my body and during which I had hardly been able to eat, which resulted in unintentional weight loss. I have been offered information on diets, health clubs, and medical weight loss treatments by UUs. And once at church, I was even told that someone was so thankful for their own weight loss journey because otherwise they might have ended up looking like me. My friends, I call on you to explore your feelings about fatness. Where did those feelings come from? Are they preventing you from unconditionally loving yourself or other people? In what ways is your anti-fat bias showing? Are you talking about how this food is bad, or I have to work out for so many hours to eat that food? Are you critical of other people's food choices? Do the chairs in your spaces accommodate fat bodies? Do you automatically compliment someone who's visibly lost weight? All of these things are ways in which fat bias shows up subtly and reinforces oppression and the feeling that fat people are not welcome here. Embracing the fat liberation movement is one of those issues that will feel deeply uncomfortable to most of us. But like all anti-oppression movements, it is work we are called to do. I am proud to be a member of the Unitarian Universalist Church for so many reasons. But one of those reasons is that the Unitarian Universalist Association Board of Trustees has formally recognized the need to address fat bias in our congregations and in our world. As far as I can tell, we are the only religion which has formally stated that they will work to recognize and dismantle fat phobia. Yay, us. There is a passage in the Hebrew Bible, Psalm 139, verse 14, which reads, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." I am fearfully and wonderfully made. In the original Hebrew, the word yara is used in this phrase. Yara doesn't have a direct translation into English. Here it is translated as the word fearfully. In other parts of the Bible, it is sometimes translated as terrible or awesome or reverent. It is a powerful word to reflect something so awesome that it must be treated with extreme respect. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Your body is holy and is deserving of deep respect and reverence. You do not need to change it. You do not need to hide it. You do not need to be anything other than who you are. Society's ideal of beauty is an unachievable construct created by society in order to profit from our insecurity. You do not need to buy into it. Enjoy your body. Eat healthy food, eat good tasting food, move your body in ways that make you feel good. Find a doctor who will properly take care of your body. Take care of your precious body in ways that will help you achieve your goals and live into your values. Be mindful of how you spend this one precious life you have been given. I rejoice because I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and I hope that you can do the same. May it be so. Thank you. I invite you to be seated and join in singing number 1053, How Could Anyone, in your teal hymnal. It's a very short song, so we're going to sing it through 3 times. The first time will give us a chance to learn it or remember how it goes. The second time, I'd like you to look around and sing it to someone near you. And the third time, I want you to sing it about yourself. Deeply, you are all connected to my soul. Go out into the world knowing that you are whole, holy, and deeply loved, just as you are. May it be so.